Hello everybody, I'm here to tell you about Hue. Why would you, might ask, why would you pay $200 for count them, three light bulbs, and $60 each for additional light bulbs? Well, you might if they're these. These are Philips new LED bulbs. They're called Hue. And I'll tell you, first of all, one of the things that's cool about these bulbs is, for the first time, Philips has managed to get LED bulbs looking somewhat like a real bulb. No fins, no weird coloration. It just looks like a normal bulb. These Hue bulbs, I've been putting in my 45-watt track lighting. That's kind of what we have here. And that's kind of what they're designed to work with. And I've set it up here. So you get three of these bulbs. Let me turn that off. You can see it. It decided to go on because I had reset it. I got three of these bulbs, and you also get with the base unit 3 bulbs and a base station. This is required and can run up to 50 Hue light bulbs. So what this does is you plug it into your Ethernet, into your access point, and plug it into the wall, and then it uses the Wi-Fi to talk to these bulbs. It's using a signaling standard, a home automation standard called Zigbee. So theoretically, you could integrate this into other Zigbee software. Now, here's the cool part. If you've got Android or iOS, this is on an iPhone or on an iPad. I'm going to show you on the iPad so you can see it. The Hue application, that's a free application. It comes with some preset scenes. So let's pick Deep Sea, for instance. Now, the way this is configured, these bulbs each assume a shade that has been pre-programmed into Deep Sea, and I'll show you how that works. I'll select Deep Sea. Can you see that okay? Yep. And I'll go into the edit. So Deep Sea is actually an undersea picture. I can assign each bulb to a different part of that picture, and that bulb will shift to that color. You could have all the bulbs be the same color if you decide, you know, what Deep Sea means to me is a deep blue. I have 5 bulbs set up here. I'm only using 3 at the moment, but I have 5 total in my collection, my Hue collection. So now they're all the same color. I'm going to save that out. And so I can have, you see that? They're all Deep Sea blue. They're actually literally matching that color. That's because each bulb has 3 LED elements in it, a red, a green, and a blue, and it combines them. Also in the setting, I can change the brightness. There's a up and down. So you have a dimmer capability, which is kind of nice because, frankly, the way most LED bulbs work, they're not dimmable. They have some special dimmable bulbs. These are technically not dimmable, but in fact they are because the controller allows me to do that. So you do need the iPhone app to take advantage of this. It also comes with some special settings for 3 different tasks. Let me go into the edit on this. This is called Concentrate, but if I edit it, you'll see there's Relax, there's Concentrate, there's Energize, and there's Reading. These are the beginning point for light recipes. Let me make sure I've got all my bulbs here. This is one of the negatives on Hue, is that it doesn't automatically detect all the bulbs. You have to go out, detect bulbs, then add them to the recipes. Now all the bulbs are in the reading mode, which is a warm light. Energize is basically a daylight. Let's go to Energize. So it's for when you wake up, you'll energize. That's sun quality, kind of bluish. Concentrate is similar with maybe a little bit of warmth added to it. And Relax is the warmest of all, a very relaxing, almost kind of firelight. So you can have pre-programmed settings or recipes, but here's something really cool. I can make my own recipes, and I can even do it from a picture. So let's say I love how this set looks, and I do actually, and I want to kind of duplicate the feeling that this set has. I could take a picture of it, either with a special, you know, with a good camera, or just use my iPhone, or my iPad in this case. Now watch. I can actually say which light bulbs are going to take which part of this scene. So let's make light bulb 1 be roughly the color of that transmitter, light bulb 3, 4, 5, and then 6 can be that color, and they've actually now assumed the colors from that region of the image. Actually, Alex Lindsay's kind of excited about this because for theatrical lighting or for television lighting, you can totally control not just color temperature, but the colors themselves. You can really control what you're going to get. So I installed these, and I'm going to save that scene out. Now, whenever I press that button, the lights are going to go to that shade. Here's beach. There's all different kinds. It comes with some presets. In every case, when you have new bulbs, though, you have to go into the setting. I'll show you ski and make sure all the bulbs are turned on for that setting, and then place all the bulbs into the scene. The ski is a mountain, so you've got some snow, you've got some blue sky. Maybe put a little bit of granite in there. You could set the level, and then we're going to save that out. And look, we've got our ski scene. You don't really get the effect in this setting, but if you imagine these lights in your ceiling or in track lighting in your room, it really makes the room feel like the sun is coming up, or you're on a Grecian island, or you're skiing on a mountain. It actually works. It gives you exactly the effect you'd imagine as if you're in the room. You can save as many scenes as you want. As I said, it comes pre-programmed with some scenes. And even better, you can also set alarms, and that I really, really like. The alarms mean I can say, in fact, I use it this way. I want in the morning, I want it to start in an energize mode. So let's go to our energize mode. And I want it to go on at a certain time in the morning. Let's say I'm going to switch my energize mode on with a 3-minute fade at about 6:30 a.m. So my room will go from dark to daylight over a 3-minute period, very gradually. You also have a 9-minute fade in. And then I could say, switch that scene off at 6:45, and then I could put a new scene on. So it can go into, relax mode, daytime mode, energize mode, go out and hit the slopes mode. I mean, I think this is really an interesting way to do an alarm clock. Now, at 6:30 in the morning, we'll go into energize mode. It'll take about 9 minutes to ramp up, so it'll slowly wake me up. And by 6:45, the lights will fade back out, and I'll be out and on my way. I have to say, that is very cool. So, all in all, this is pretty amazing. It's expensive. $200 for the full kit. That includes 3 LED light bulbs and the base station. You have to have that. And then you can add additional light bulbs up to a total of 50 light bulbs for $60 each. I suspect those prices will fall. LED light bulbs have gotten cheaper and cheaper. The first time I saw them, they were well over $100. I'm now seeing LED light bulbs for as little as $30. So these are kind of in the mid-range. But given what they do, I think that they're not overly expensive. The other thing to point out is LEDs last a lot longer than incandescent lights. Philips says you're going to get, let me just check here what they say. I think it's 15,000 hours out of these light bulbs. A good long time. You got 8.5 watts of use. That's another way you save for about 60 watts of output. These are 600 lumens coming out at 8.5 watts, 15,000 hour time. This is using, as I said, Wi-Fi. It's 2.4 gigahertz using a Zigbee signaling protocol. So pros and cons on Philips' new Hue light bulbs. The pros, it does exactly what it says. You have absolute control over the brightness and the color temperature, even the colors of any room using these light bulbs. The cons, takes a little bit of programming to set it up the first time, and they are expensive. But I have to say, if you're willing to spend the price, and again, I think in the long run, these won't cost more than incandescent bulbs because you don't have to buy new ones. If you're willing to spend the price, if you have an iPhone or an Android device, an iPad, a way to control it, this is an absolute buy. I just love these Hue light bulbs. This is the first innovative thing I've seen in lighting in quite some time. That's it. A definite buy on Hue. I'm Leo Laporte for Before You Buy.